Hey everybody, welcome to Redbird Landscape Design. I'm Anissa Turner. Standing here with a canna lily. A lot of people really enjoy this plant. Most people will plant a canna lily in the back of their flower bed or in a pot. And if you're going to put it in a pot, make sure it's a very big pot, because as you can see, they expand out quite a bit. Huge leaves, right? So there's a ton of different colors. This one is a beautiful red color. And it bloomed October 1st, which just coincidentally, I don't believe in coincidences, but anyways, coincidentally, it bloomed the day my mother passed away. So this is now my mom, Canna Lily. Very important to me. So I love it. It was kind of like a gift. Moved into this home 2 years ago now. I didn't plant this. It showed up between the fence line. So canna lilies overall like to have a moist environment, not soaking wet because they'll rot. They're a rhizome, and they enjoy a little bit of moisture, damp, right? Not soaking. This space where it is along my fence line naturally has a damp environment, so it's absolutely perfect for this plant. It gets, let me see, 9, 10, 11, 12, 6 hours of full sun. And now that we've gone into fall, it's probably going to get a little less, but it's thriving. I did not plant this. The next important factor with cannas, depending on your location, where you live in the United States or Canada even, southwestern Ontario has canna lilies. When you're coming into fall right now, middle of October, you're going to want to lift these. They can't be in a frozen ground environment. So if your ground's going to freeze, zone 7 or less, you got to lift them, okay? I've seen a couple different reference sources online that will say keep them in slightly moist soil overwintered, not where they're going to rot, just kind of damp, right? Other things said cool and dry. So I would say, in my experience, I've always lifted them and kept them in a little bit of a soil and not let them completely dry out, because you're going to shrivel up. So over the winter months, keep an eye on them. And if you have them in a soil environment, add a little bit of water so they don't dry up. That's the best way to store them. Some of you may be wondering, how do I go about lifting? You can use a pitchfork, which will kind of come underneath the rhizome clump, similar like fingers, and or spade. So gently get under there. Be careful you don't want to slice through them. Even if you do, you can still reuse them and utilize them for the next spring. Other thing you're going to want to do is all of these leaves and the stalk, the stem here, see that? Oop, I lost a flower. So all the stems and the leaf tissue, you want to cut that down to the ground before you lift them. Why? Because that will force all that energy back into the rhizome, right? And that will give that rhizome its energy and the nutrients and the sugars it's going to need to bulk it up over the winter months. And it's just less stress on them when you get rid of this leaf tissue. That's the best way to go. Cut them down to the ground, lift the rhizomes carefully, store them cool, somewhat damp environment. What's a rhizome, you may be asking? It's kind of like a tulip bulb, but different. It's actually kind of like a finger-looking tuber, and it grows horizontally, and they will multiply. So there is a benefit. You can get more plants as they grow and multiply. When you lift them, you want to take, before you put them out in spring, you want to take a rhizome and separate them out. Each separate piece, you want them to have 2 to 3 eyes on them, which is like a growing spot. You'll see like there's this a little bit of a bump up. So that gives the plant the opportunity to send out new shoots up, and then the root system, right? So that's what those eyes represent. So what's the best growing conditions for a canna lily? They need a minimum of 4 hours of sunlight. They can tolerate shade. Why do people plant canna lilies? Number one, the flowers. It's very tropical looking, easy peasy. You put it in the ground, fertilize it once a month. Make sure they don't dry out. They like moisture, but not soaking. And also the leaf color. Like, even if it doesn't have flowers, look at the leaves. Aren't they gorgeous? And it just adds that tropical punch to your environment, if that's what you're looking for. And you can have them even if you don't live in a tropical environment, right? As long as you lift them in the fall, which is now, and then store them over the winter, and you'll have your tropical look. Easy, right? People really love the variety of colors that are out there and the leaf colors and textures and tones. Important, don't forget to deadhead. What's that mean? This flower pod here, see, I just made another one fall. It's just about done. See the balls that are coming up off of it? So I've got this flower that's already open left. I'll turn it. This is a flower that's going to come out, and that is going to be a flower that's going to come out. So once these are done, there's a couple more right in here. There's little sticks, growing tip things, right? That's a flower getting ready to come out. The rest down here is, get this closer. These down here, these all are completed flowers down here where my thumb is. So once these flowers are done and pop out, I'm going to cut this piece off. Just this one right here. Okay, this stalk right here, that one. This one in my other hand, this is another flower stalk that's getting ready to come out. It's still encased. It's got a couple sheaths over it. So eventually, as a stalk just like this one pushes out through this encasement, it's going to pop out and have another flower stalk. So deadheading is just the removal of a spent flower, one that's already done, right? So you can see a flower stalk that's like, it flowered, the colors are gone, the flower petals have fallen off, so it's done its bloom. Cut that off right here to this point here, right there. That will then put that energy back into the plant, because it's sending energy up to this dead, done stalk once it's finished blooming, right? So you want to put that energy back in so you can have that energy to produce more flowers and to give to the flowers that are coming on. So when to plant? If you're putting them out, you have to lift them through the winter months when the ground's frozen. I don't have to do that here in Florida. I'll just add several inches of mulch down and they'll be fine. They'll come back in the spring. Best time to plant will be April, May, especially in the northern regions where you're going to have a winter month. Okay, so like I mentioned, there's a ton of different varieties of cannas out there, all different colors, all different leaf textures, solid green, solid burgundy colors. They're fantastic, easy to take care of, easy to maintain, easy to plant, easy to propagate, or split them up and divide and have more of them. So really, thanks very much for watching. Please, if you really enjoyed the video and you're getting information and it's of use to you, please like it, click that thumbs up button that's underneath me down there, and also subscribe. It's free. There's no spam that's going to happen. You'll just get notification through YouTube that, hey, Redbird's posted another video, which helps the channel to grow. That's the goal. I just want to be able to continue to put out information for folks, help them understand how to grow, how to plant, how to deadhead, how to grow and get more plants out of what you already have, like I mentioned here. So thanks very much for watching. I really appreciate it. The channel is growing and booming, and thanks very much. I appreciate it. Have a great day. We'll see you soon. And watch for our shorts. There's going to be several more coming up regarding how to plant elephant ears, doing your fall maintenance type of things. And I look forward to seeing y'all. Have a great one.